So the other thing is that people would always approach me with was, how do I get through the day? Like,
The
let's
meal.
say the
You
meal.
know which meal we're talking about.
Yeah, right. And then there's always pies involved, and
Well, and
there's
there's
always
always more than
potatoes.
one, right? If we were talking about one meal at Thanksgiving with your family, indulge, enjoy it, but it's
Right.
never one meal, right?
Right.
We have like a work party where we're having a big meal with friends. We have somebody having a big birthday party. We're going to have a big meal with friends. We're having, late fall, early Christmas weddings, Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner. You have
All the fall.
mother-in-law's family, father-in-law's family, the kids' family, the kids' house, the other kids' house. So it's not one meal. It definitely is multiple meals. And so we do have to remember that if we're going to give ourselves that grace of, well, it's just Thanksgiving dinner and I'm going to indulge,
Or Christmas
that's
dinner.
great,
Yeah.
except that you're having probably 10 of those between Thanksgiving and Christmas or November and December. So you do want to try and think of really healthy habits that you can incorporate in those days in order to make the best swap. So what are those healthy habits?
It's a beautiful chaos, this roller coaster ride. The ups, the downs are spinning all around inside. It's a beautiful chaos. Sometimes I love, sometimes I hate. Have to pause, renegotiate, but with gratitude I appreciate this beautiful chaos.
Welcome to Beautiful Chaos. I'm Tammy Ramsey,
And I'm Staci Miller.
and today we're going to be talking about healthy-ish Christmas treats and traditions.
Kind of an oxymoron. Healthy Christmas.
Healthy Christmas.
But you
I
can do
don't
it.
know.
We believe in you.
Yes,
We'll get there.
Well, we can all try. And
Absolutely.
you know what? If you can't do it, it's okay too, because you can give yourself grace.
100%.
100%.
Everyone still deserves their treats.
They do. We all do. So, as a health coach, I health coach for 9 years. One of the biggest things was for Christmas was everybody was, what do I do? How do I stay out of food? Because everybody has a big dinner and all the things, or there's all the candies and there's cookies, and
Right.
we have people giving us cookies and candies for Christmas presents, and
Right.
yeah, so it's like, how do you make it through the December buffet of sugar?
Yes.
So you are a great baker.
Yep.
And I thought that this would be great for us to talk about, because you will know whether some of this stuff is even possible. Because I have tried to swap ingredients to make things taste better, and it's hit or miss.
I agree. Here's my thing so far when it comes to baking. Baking is hard for me. I haven't gotten good at making the swaps quite yet, but I definitely have gotten the bug for baking already, because this time of year I enjoy baking, and so I will just randomly make cookies or treats or pies or whatever. And so far for me it's, hey, I made cookies and you can have one and I can have one and the rest are going to work. And that seems to help for me because I enjoy giving also. I enjoy sharing. And if the cookies don't stay in the house, we still get a treat. The house smells really delicious for that night and we get a cookie. I did set aside a couple of cookies. So far, I think 6 cookies have been eaten in our house in 2 weeks between 2 people.
Oh, no, that's not bad.
So I think we're doing pretty good. And the rest all went to work. And even then, it's not like one person ate 20 cookies. It was, one person had a couple, another person had a couple. I have a lot of people at work. And so I was able to just share. So while I do think that there are some swaps that can happen, if you're not going to make the swaps, just remember that other people like treats too. And while one person maybe doesn't, like you're saying, when people gift you like a box of candies or a box of cookies, you might not
appreciate
want,
them.
And 100%. Take the 1 or 2 things out of there that you really want to enjoy and indulge and have your treat, and then take it down to the shop and share with people. And so it doesn't always have to be necessarily a healthy swap. And I think maybe that's kind of going to be the angle that I might go with a little bit today. I do think that a few other options are, like, I've made some dessert dips in the past, but you can do less sugar. You could do monk fruit instead of your powdered sugar. Do the lower sugar, lower calorie cream cheese, because a lot of them are cream cheese based. And one of them that I did last year, which was phenomenal, was a pecan pie dip. And I think it was cream cheese, powdered sugar, and then like a caro syrup, sugar, pecan mixture that you poured on top. But if you changed out your powdered sugar for monk fruit and you changed out your cream cheese for a lower calorie cream cheese, and then the other thing I did differently before, which I'll do again, is apple slices instead of a cookie to dip the dip in. Yes. So we dipped them with apple slices. So there are those kinds of swaps that can be done, or you take the crust either out of your pie or change it out for like an almond crust. So you can do just minor swaps and then sugar-free Cool Whip and fat-free Cool Whip, things like that. So you can make little swaps, but maybe take a smaller portion also, or just remember to limit your treats. But that's kind of my angle for this year.
Yeah. Well, and so I currently do, and I'll be doing one for my birthday too, but I do a healthy cheesecake. And I don't do a crust for me.
Right.
I'll put a crust. I'll make one. I'll make two. Usually the recipe is a 2-batcher thing.
Yep.
So I make Kevin one with a crust. And we tried an almond crust.
Yep.
But he just really likes the graham cracker crust. And it's only 16 grams of sugar. And I don't think it's per slice. Maybe it is per slice.
It might be per slice.
It is per slice. Well, anyways, he can handle sugar. I can't handle sugar.
Yeah.
So I just eat the one that doesn't have the crust and it still has all the flavors. And I use a heavy whipping cream and cream cheese and vanilla. That's it. That's my 3 ingredients, no sugar, and it's delicious. And I have made something else that I made, and I used monk fruit with. I use that a lot, monk fruit.
Another thing with cheesecake that's good. So there's those really sugary, rich fruit toppings that you can do, but just do the sliced fresh fruit. Just slice up some strawberries, put it on there, or a little bit of the skinny syrups. If you've had the skinny syrups, they make a ton of flavors. They're really getting more and more popular, but they have like double fudge brownie skinny syrup, a caramel skinny syrup, salted caramel, but you could do like a skinny syrup. Those are 0 calories, 0 sugar, and then fresh fruit instead of the fruit jelly that has all the sugar in it.
Yeah, I made cut up strawberries and just sprinkled the monk fruit. That's what it was.
There you go.
And use that for the cheesecake. But that's not really Christmassy. So I would like to do gingerbread cookies, because I would like the kids to come over and decorate gingerbread cookies.
Fun.
The little men. I think that would be fun. But then, and I could just do it, just follow a recipe and do it, and then send it all out elsewhere. Or what could you substitute for those things? Do you have a recipe do you ever make gingerbread cookies?
I have not challenged gingerbread. I'll be honest. I cheat when I do gingerbread houses. I either get the kits. They don't taste good, so that's a really good way to not eat them. Or we do just gingerbread crackers, like graham crackers.
Oh, ginger snaps.
Gingerbread.
Ginger snap cookies.
No, graham crackers.
Oh, graham crackers.
To build the house. Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. But also with those, you build them and you kind of let them sit out on display. So for us, we don't you
don't eat those. Yeah,
but I don't feel like there's a lot of sugar in and there's also sugar replacements. So remember, there's monk fruit sugar, there's Splenda sugar, there's baking sugars that stevia. Yeah, exactly. So you can definitely swap out certain things in order to still make the same stuff.
Yeah. So what are your top favorite things that you make? Like, do you have a tradition?
Our tradition is Santa cookies.
Okay. And
so that's just your standard sugar cookie and like a cream cheese powdered sugar frosting or a icing. So but that's an event for my house also. Right. So we bring over my niece and my nephew and the kids and whoever. And so everybody just takes some home with them to leave out for Santa Claus. Don't forget to leave cookies out for Santa Claus.
That's right.
So again, by the end of the night, I probably make well over 100 cookies.
Holy cow.
And I probably keep about 10.
Oh, well, that's pretty good then.
So I know if you guys listened to the last episode, it's a season of giving. Remember to give. So if you are going to be baking a lot, that's my favorite thing to do is I bake and I like to watch other people eat it and go, oh, this tastes good. I'm like, yes. I don't get as much enjoyment eating the things that I bake. Also, for me, everything tastes so good right out of the oven. So as soon as the cookies, so I had made cookies the other night, peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. And as soon as they came out of the oven, I had one, my husband had one, and where they were warm and soft and gooey. And then they still were good later, but I didn't want them anymore because they weren't right out of the oven.
Yeah,
so everyone else enjoyed them, but they had no idea what they were missing out on.
Okay, see, and I'm the opposite. I will eat it just because it's got sugar in it or chocolate. I'm a sugarholic. I admit it. I try really hard to avoid sugar 100% because it's a slippery slope for me.
Right.
And I am one of those people that would eat a cookie and then eat 10 more.
Right.
Because they were there.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if I bake brownies, I have to make sure to get rid of the brownies.
Do you have the communal knife that sits in the brownie tray?
Yes.
You all know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to just, so it's okay to bake, remember, like if that's something you enjoy doing, because that's something I enjoy doing, I just have to get rid of them.
Get rid of it. Yeah.
I can't let it sit in the house, because I'll have brownies for breakfast if I let them sit in the house.
Yeah. Oh, I ended up with the, Debbie had bought at Costco those mint chocolate chip balls that are the Girl Scout cookie things.
Yeah.
They came home with me, and I had to give them to Kevin and say, please
Take
hide
these
these.
away.
Yeah. Do something with these because I can't have them in the house. So, but baking should be fun. Usually
Absolutely.
that's a lot of people's tradition is some sort of baking around Christmas or some type of food that they really like. We're very food orientated people socially, and that's okay, you know?
Yeah.
And there's also the, you know, not only can you try to swap things, if you enjoy baking and you want to be able to eat it and not feel guilty about what you're eating, then you can swap. And if you just Google or Chat GPT, whatever you do, you can ask, you know, for healthy recipes for Christmas treats. And there's multiple places that you can go.
Oh, yeah. Like with your
learn.
cheesecake, you can blend some cottage cheese in with your cream cheese to add some more protein and have some lower sugar but higher protein option in there. There's always a lot of swaps. You really have to find what works best for you, because some people really like the taste of like a monk fruit sweetener, but some people don't, and they like the taste of like a stevia sweetener.
Yeah.
And some people just don't like the taste of an artificial sweetener at all. So cut your sugar in half of what you're putting in your recipe. Maybe add a little bit of applesauce or maple syrup to counterbalance that sweet, so you're getting a little less sugar, but you're still able to enjoy the treat with the flavor that you like, because some people just don't like an artificial sweetener. So you have to just kind of make the swaps that are comfortable for you and your family and your diet, whatever it is that you're trying to restrict yourself from.
Yeah, because that's what I've tried things with almond flour. I tried to make something with almond flour. I don't remember what, and it just was gritty, and I just didn't like the texture. Yeah. And so, well, and then I found out I shouldn't be eating almonds, so that's a whole nother story. But I liked the one, instead of using butter or oil, you can use tallow, beef tallow, or
avocado,
the ghee.
Or ghee.
Ghee. How would you say that?
That's a question for Siri.
Yes, it is.
But also avocado. So a fat is a fat, right? So a lot of times you can swap your fats for fats. And that's just a matter of just trying things and seeing what works for you. But you can, instead of, like you're talking butter, you can use a little bit of avocado and a little bit of maybe avocado oil. And then you're swapping the fat for another fat. And that works really well. Avocado hides in chocolate really easily. So if you were going to do like a brownie recipe, you maybe try dark chocolate instead of milk chocolate or semi-sweet, so that you're getting a less sugar there. And then swapping your fat for like avocado oil.
Yeah. See, that's
And then
really
you're getting good fat, but you're hiding it.
You're hiding it well. And that's what because as soon as you said avocado, I was like, ooh, I just don't know. But that's nice that it would hide. Yeah. Well, just like if you're doing well, I used to do smoothies, but you do smoothies and you throw spinach in it, you don't taste the spinach. You taste everything
but
else,
it's giving you all that folic acid and vitamins that you need. Absolutely.
All that good stuff. And a lot of the recipes that I looked up, I mean, they were using grass-fed butter. They were using dark chocolate, like you said. And I get the 85% cocoa chocolate because we'll just take a it's a big chocolate bar, and we just break off a piece, and I'll have a little peanut butter on it.
Of course.
I tried the sugar-free peanut butter. Ugh, no. It's better to
And there's
just do a
other
little bit of...
nut butters out there, other options when it comes to peanut butter. It doesn't always have to be straight peanut butter, but you can do almond butter or pistachio butter.
Is Nutella, does that count? Or that's pretty sugary, too?
It's a lot of sugar.
Yeah, that's a lot of sugar. That's why it tastes so good.
Yeah, exactly.
So they talk about using yogurt. So when you're talking about sugar cookies, so they were talking about using a different substitute for the sugar, like the monk fruit or the stevia. And then they were talking about using yogurt for
your fat.
for your topping,
Oh, for your topping.
for your frosting.
Oh, okay.
How would you utilize yogurt? Do you have any clue? Like, would you have to add something to it?
You would still have to add something to it to stabilize it a little bit more because the yogurt's going to be a little loose.
Yeah.
But like a low-fat cream cheese and mix it with the yogurt, add a little bit of whatever sweetener that you're going to add, maple syrup, stevia, monk fruit, then you can definitely make a frosting out of that.
Yeah. Well, that sounds awesome. Well, and I do the carnivore diet, and I kind of flip-flop between keto and carnivore. So I eat a lot of protein and higher fats.
Yep.
So I do whipping cream and a lot of different recipes, and that's been really kind of an eye opener for me,
right?
To use that as a swap in different casseroles
also
and things.
Good in your coffee if you just want coffee and a little bit of heavy whipping cream. It'll sweeten it. It'll add that creaminess that you're looking for, but it's better than adding all the sugary syrups and stuff to it.
Yeah, I even do a little bit of cinnamon.
Yes,
fresh cinnamon on there, and it's really good. So
good for your metabolism.
Yes,
gets everything started. Yep.
Levels out your sugar levels, your blood sugar levels. So the other thing is that people would always approach me with was, how do I get through the day? Like, let's say the meal.
You know which meal we're talking about.
Yeah, right. And then there's always pies involved, and there's always
more than
potatoes.
one, right? If we were talking about one meal at Thanksgiving with your family, enjoy it, but it's never one meal, right? We have like a work party where we're having a big meal with friends. We have somebody having a big birthday party. We're going to have a big meal with friends. We're having, late fall, early Christmas weddings, Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner. You have
all the
mother-in-law's family, father-in-law's family, the kids' family, the kids' house, the other kids' house. So it's not one meal. It definitely is multiple meals. And so we do have to remember that if we're going to give ourselves that grace of, well, it's just Thanksgiving dinner and I'm going to indulge.
Or Christmas
that's
dinner,
great, except that you're having probably 10 of those between Thanksgiving, Christmas, or November and December. So you do want to try and think of really healthy habits that you can incorporate in those days in order to make the best swap. So what are those healthy habits?
So the first one is to eat some protein before you go to whatever meal you're going to.
Have a little shake or a protein bar.
Protein shake, protein bar. Heck, have
beef jerky stick.
Yeah. Throw a burger on the grill and have a burger before you leave. A lot of people think, well, I'm going to save my calories and I'm not going to eat all day. So I can save up and eat as much as I want. And so
guilty.
Yeah. So what happens when you do that is your body has, after about the 3.5 to 4th hour, your body's going, well, I don't know when I'm getting my next meal.
Right.
5 or 6, it's like, what? What's happening? I've got to shut down everything because we're not getting any food. And then when you start putting food in, it stores it as fat because it thinks it doesn't know when it's going to get its next meal. So now you're taking your 2,500 calories that you should have eaten all throughout the day and eating it in one plate and 4 pieces of pie because you want a little slice of each one. and then that's just being stored as fat, and your body's like not knowing what to do with it other than that. So really important to eat throughout the day. Don't save up for that meal because that's just going to go backwards on you. And then the other one is carry a bottle of water in your hand or your mug of water, whatever you drink. Yeah, keep hydrated and just constantly have that. So instead of you walking by the table and picking at things, you'll have that water and you can drink your water. And then keep moving. Movement is
Yeah.
is key. Keep
Go outside,
exercising.
play football with the family
Yes.
while you're waiting for your meal. Go take a walk with the family. Do a turkey trot in your town if there's a turkey trot in the morning.
Yes.
And that way you can get some calories burning. But, you, again, don't save your meal for that. Like, you need to eat some protein before you go for a run. Eat some protein before you go play football. Be eating and hydrating throughout the day. I have a swap I thought of.
Ooh, okay,
So you were talking about how you want a bite of every pie.
Yes.
So I have a baking sheet that's a mini muffin tin, which is basically the shape of like a $50 size pie.
Ooh.
And I have 100% made pies in there before. So you just roll your pie crust into that, or break your graham cracker, however you're going to do your different crusts.
Yeah.
And you make little mini pumpkins, little mini apples, little mini cherry pies. And then you're not even getting a full slice. Everybody just gets a
getting like a
little
bite.
mini pie out of a bite. Yeah. And that's a great way to, one, get everybody to try all the pies, but also you're just getting a little bite of each pie.
Yes.
You can try
I
that
love
too.
that because
It's fun.
I always try to do like a small sliver,
Yeah.
but somehow the sliver grows
bigger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time you get all the slivers, you've got probably, a pie and a half on your plate,
Mm-hmm.
or piece of pie and a half on your plate.
Right.
And I love that. And then it is also a good idea to make a plan ahead of time.
Right.
Like, know what you're going to do. Like, and if you're a part of a family that's like you bring something and every year you bring the same thing, try to figure out how to make that healthier, or bring that thing and then bring something. If you're trying to lose weight, bring something that you can eat, so that if there's nothing on the table that you should be eating, you can choose to just eat healthy, or just be cognitive enough to go, well, I'm just going to take a tablespoon of potatoes. I'm just going to take a tablespoon of, but I'm not going to have, I love candied yams. I know they're like the worst thing ever. Told you, sugarholic, right? Mm-hmm. But so if there's candied yams, not everybody in the family makes candied yams. I do, and my mother-in-law, but if there's candied yams, I will choose the candied yams over mashed potatoes. Mm-hmm. So at least I feel like I'm not doing both, and I don't do a large serving.
Right.
But I don't do a roll. I choose to have the sweet potatoes over a roll.
Right.
So be cognitive and make a plan, like a pregame plan of how you're going to approach your dinner. And if you want to just full bore and go at it, then again, eat some protein, eat throughout the day. Don't save your 2,500 calories for that one meal, because that's not going to be the best thing for you.
And there's another swap I thought of that I've seen people trying this year, because you can make swaps and not feel like you're losing out on anything. And you can make swaps and bring them to the table, and nobody needs to know you've made that swap. Try it between now and then and make sure that it tastes the way that you expect it to taste. But a recipe I saw recently was for deviled eggs. Boil your eggs, separate your yolk. In the yolk, instead of all the mayonnaise, you cut the mayonnaise. So sorry. You cut the mayonnaise in half, and then you use blended cottage cheese.
Ooh.
And instead of the rest of the mayonnaise, and then a little bit of the mustard, the paprika, etc., right? And then that's going to be your healthy swap. You're getting less fat and less calories and more protein because of the cottage cheese. And you make your deviled eggs out of that. With the mustard and the vinegar and the paprika, you're not going to taste that cottage cheese being blended in there.
Yeah, you're going to taste all the spices and things. The other thing that's a good swap too is you can pay attention to what mayonnaise you do choose and what's in the mayonnaise, because you can have an avocado based mayonnaise, you can have olive oil based mayonnaise, which is much healthier for you.
Also, when you're thinking about your appetizers and what kind of appetizers you can have available, maybe you volunteer to be the one that brings the appetizers. So you bring some cottage cheese deviled eggs, or you bring a charcuterie with, not with the crackers, just with the meat, the cheese, and a little bit of fruit and vegetable on there. Yeah. Then you're making those protein choices, and you're still having a really delicious appetizer. But there's no reason to add all the things in there. And there's also no reason to not enjoy your meal. And enjoy the time with your family. Enjoy the recipes that people bring. Just be cognizant of your hydration, your protein, and your serving sizes.
Yes.
And you're going to be successful.
Right. And also just remember that it should be more about the people
Yes.
than about the food. Because
Correct.
in all reality, that's really what we're gathering together for, is to be with the people that we love.
Absolutely.
So that's...
And if it's a coworker party, it's the people that you like.
Exactly.
But there
Hopefully
are,
you like them
like I
all.
said, there are a lot of parties that you may have the option of going to. So remember, each one requires you to just be aware of the choices that you're making and make the best decision for you or your health or your family.
Yeah. Well, and I have to thinking about that because you were talking about, you think it's just one meal, but it's really not. It's probably, 8 to 10 meals by the time you get done with all the partying.
Mm-hmm.
And I think about when, back before I started my health journey originally, I remember going and I'm eating with my daughter and I would say, well, I'm just going to have French fries because I don't get French fries ever,
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, well, I said, I don't eat out. I hardly eat out, so I hardly have fries. And she's like, well, you've eaten out twice this week already. This is the third time. And I went, oh, I have? And she's like, yeah. How many other times did you have fries? And I went, oh, yeah, I think I did have fries one other time.
Yeah.
So, also don't lie to yourself, because I lie to myself and I'm not a liar, but I do not tell myself the truth always. I'm always like, no, I didn't. Did I eat out?
Well, and we
that
get
many
so
times?
busy this time of year.
Yeah.
You're trying to run around and get your Christmas shopping done, get your last minute stocking stuffers, that white elephant gift for your work party, whatever it is. And so you are more likely to stop and grab fast food. But there's also really healthy swaps that you can find at fast food restaurants.
Yes.
You can get your burgers without a bun. Don't order the fries. Unfortunately, it's better if you just don't order them at all. If you do eat some fries, that's great, but maybe don't put the sugary ketchup on the fries.
Right.
Coke Zero. Listen, if you got a soda addiction, you love soda, you don't feel like swapping out your soda anytime soon, Coke Zero is so good. Dr. Pepper Zero is also very good, but Coke Zero is usually available at a fountain at most fast food restaurants. So, I mean, if you're going to get the fast food and you're going to make the quick stop, get the Coke Zero or Diet Coke over whatever else. But if you're not a diet person, I'm telling you, Coke Zero is a great tasting option without getting any sugar or any calories out of it. So yeah, maybe you don't want the chemicals of the sweeteners, but it's going to be still better than drinking a Coke.
Right. It's going to be better than the 36 grams of sugar that you're going to have.
Right.
So when you should only be having, I think it's 76 in a whole week. And some people, if you're drinking a soda a day, then you
got that already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or everybody's into the Monster drinks, and they're...
A lot of people drink those with zero sugar.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
there
I
is a
agree with
couple
them.
of
I
them.
don't.
Yeah. There's too much caffeine. I see heart problems. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing.
That's another topic.
So what traditions are non-negotiable for you in your home? Is it baking, or is it something that you do?
Santa cookies are non-negotiable.
Right. Have to
I
have
will
those.
not adjust
Shortcut
the recipe anyway, no. But again, like I said, I share excessively with those kinds of things. And I will always we do the candied yams with the marshmallows. So and my kids love that. So there are certain things that are non-negotiable, and those would probably be two of them for sure, is the Santa cookies and that. But again, it's all about portions. It's all about monitoring. Send everyone home with some leftovers so you're not keeping it all in your house.
Yes.
The worst is when you're keeping all of the treats, all of the sweets, all of the candies, all of the homemade loveliness laying around, and then you're going to eat more and more and more of it. Share, so everybody's getting a little bit and nobody's getting a ton.
Yeah. Because it's hard to say no to all those things.
Yeah.
You can't, I like I was telling you about the brownies. Like, I can walk by those brownies. I'm good for about 3 days. And day 4, it's over. I'm in the brownies. There is if there's any brownies left, they are all mine.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So is there anything, well, you're always joyful because this is your season. Because I'm like,
So much pressure.
how do you balance joy and health? And But it's stressful too because of the shopping and all the things. So is there anything that you do to help you balance yourself? Because mine, I guess, would be I try to make sure to meditate more because I try to do it daily. But especially during this time of year, I'm really focused on doing it daily. Like I try to stick to that at least once a day or taking a siesta right after lunch. I got to take a few minutes to just, whether I'm napping or not, I just close my eyes because there's so much going on because you've got all the events that are coming up, all the events you're planning I've already done part of my Christmas shopping. I'm trying to get everybody to give me their Christmas lists.
Yep. So. I have my Christmas list. I have not started my shopping. It is draining. There is a lot. I have a really weird work schedule. Yeah. And then, the Christmas festival and the baking and when we can balance seeing everybody and the different hosting and things like that. It is a lot. I am probably not very good at balancing all of that, but I will say that my husband is really good at teaching me that it's okay to rest and relax. And I will say I've remodeled a room in my house, and it's like my little quiet reading peaceful place. Have I made use of that quite yet? Not yet. But I have a big comfy chair, like really big comfy chair. The walls are really dark, which makes it to me feel really cozy and warm in there. I finally have curtains up. I have the bookshelves up. So I do have a place that I can escape, take a nap, watch a show, read a book. Yes, my Legos will be on display in there. That's a whole nother episode. But I think that room is I'm talking curtains have been up for 3 days.
Oh, okay.
So probably
very
for
recent.
Me, it's going to be taking advantage of this space that I have created to just take some time for myself and read a chapter, take a little nap on that chair because it's super cozy. So that'll probably be my goal this year is to take advantage of that a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, and you and I both need that. We're 100% into everything. And
yeah,
you work way harder than me.
Go,
yeah,
for sure.
So anything else that we want to touch on? We touched on eating.
If we're gonna summarize all of this, just know Pinterest is a really great place for finding good recipes. Try something new, even if it's just one healthy swap or one brand new recipe that's just maybe a little bit healthier than something that you've tried. Try one thing, try one new recipe. Also, TikTok is what you make it. I know I say TikTok sometimes on here, but TikTok is what you make it because it conforms to your own algorithm and the things that you're interested in. My TikTok is full of healthy recipes and a lot of people sharing their healthy swaps. That's where I learned the deviled egg one. That's where I've learned everything that there is to know about cottage cheese swaps because I do not like cottage cheese. But if you blend that and you put that in other things, it's so easy to use in recipes or Greek yogurt, not vanilla, flavored, just regular, not flavored, zero sugar Greek yogurt can go in all kinds of recipes to make things better. So I would say I encourage you to look for a recipe on Pinterest or TikTok where you can make a healthy swap or make a change. And then just remember that we are going to have way more than one fun meal this year. Yeah. Indulge and enjoy, but start off with your water, your protein. You're not going to have as much room to do as much indulging, so that way you're not going to feel guilty at the end of the day with your indulging, so that when we come back together after the beginning of the year and talk about all of the new health goals we can start making for ourselves, you're not feeling 10 steps behind. You're going to feel like you're ready for that because you didn't overindulge this year.
Yeah. And it also gives you that feeling of empowerment when you make a plan, you eat your protein, you drink your water, and you make healthy choices, the healthier choice that you can, that you can walk away going, wow, look at me.
Yeah, it's not a sacrifice. It's just a swap. So whatever that looks like, and your swap can be changing out your pumpkin pie with tons of Cool Whip, tons of sugary frosting to pumpkin pie with low-fat Cool Whip and a smaller slice. Yeah. It can be a super simple swap, but just try to, whatever's going to make you feel better about your choices at the end of the day, stick with that.
And not get I'm so full, I
need to be
gotta
rolled
unbutton
over.
my I gotta unbutton my. Who was it? There's some show that they're like, well, I gotta put my fat pants on. That's what we all wear our fat pants to Thanksgiving. Maybe we shouldn't.
Turkey pants.
Maybe we should wear our tightest pants. Remind us.
We are not the same. I don't believe in punishing yourself.
No. I don't want to punish myself.
Again, don't feel guilty at the end of the day with whatever it is that you choose, but try and just make the best choice that you can for yourself.
Yeah. This is a good time of year to give grace, to be grateful for the things that we do have. And if your jam is to have everything and just enjoy it.
Enjoy it and then share
move
with
on
others
and
so
share with
that
others.
it's not all there for you to enjoy.
Yeah, for the rest of the week. So,
I encourage you, if you do make a healthy swap, share it with us. Let us
Yes.
know what your healthy swap was. Let us know if you just swapped an ingredient, you swapped an entire thing, or you tried a brand new recipe. Share that recipe with us. We'd love to see what you bring to your table this year and what kind of choices that you made.
yeah, and like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Download on podcast, and we'll keep popping up. And then we do have a Facebook page, Beautiful Chaos, that you can comment on. And then we also have a website that you can sign up to be a fan of. We have fan mail, and you can share all your comments and any of your recipes that you'd like to share with us. And that is beautifulchaos1, the number 1, .buzzsprout.com. So
let us know what you're doing. Let us know what you're up to. We'd appreciate hearing from you.
Yeah. So choose joy, balance, presence, and savor what matters most. Don't be so worried about what you're putting in your mouth. Be worried about who you're talking to, who you're spending
Who
time
you're spending
with.
your time with.
Yeah.
So enjoy the season, enjoy your meals, and of course, stay empowered.